Hello, Heritage Glass team. This is the first in a series of training videos on how to access the website and make updates to it. You'll see here that we are on the login page. I will send you the link for this in the email where I tell you about all of these, but it's just WP login is where you go to, is what's on the end here. The rest of this doesn't matter, it'll add that to it when you go there. So it's just heritageglass/WP login. Put your username here and your password here. If you ever lose your password or you need to reset it, you can use this lost your password link right down here in order to get that. Yeah, so once you get logged in, you will land on what is called the dashboard. As soon as that comes up here. So there's not a lot that you're going to probably use here on the dashboard, but you can explore and see what's here if there's anything interesting. Any of these views that you see are custom to your user, so you can see I'm logged in as Stellar Active here right now. So any changes I make to the view are for me, and when I talk about the view, I'm talking about where these squares appear. So this is where I'm going to be adding this video and all of the others. This first one that shows up here is kind of like an overview. It's a little bit older, and it talks about a lot of things that are just generic about WordPress. I don't know if you'll find this first one all that useful, but when I add more here, there will turn into a scroll bar here that will allow you to scroll down and see all of them as we add more. So you can move these things around. I can bring this up and put this up at the top if I want, which might be a good idea to have this right up here so that you can see that when you get logged in and refresh yourself on anything that needs to be refreshed. The first thing that I'm going to show you how to do is the team members that are on the site. That seemed to be the one. It seems like you have some turnover in the labor area on a regular basis. So updating these posts right here for the team members. To do that, we come right down here, logically enough, to the item called Team Members. You can click on that. And it shows you everybody on the site. A couple of these are drafted because people left. I didn't know if they would be likely to come back or not. If you want to just trash them, you can. You can just throw them in the trash by clicking that button right here. When you need to add a new team member, you can come right up here to add new. For the example, I'm going to go ahead and click into one of these so that we can see stuff that's added already. When you click Add New, it just presents you with a blank version of what we're about to see here when I click into Brandon. So let's do that. Again, some of these things are going to show up in a strange order for you here. You're not going to need this SEO thing. So if you click on this far right arrow here, that'll collapse it. And then we can push that down. And so really there's only a couple of fields that need to be filled out here. This first one is the name, and that's what's going to show up here on the lower label and here on the hover, and then also, of course, here on the pop-up once you click into that. This is where you can put in the questions and the answers. You're not limited to 4. We thought it might be good to kind of make them all look the same by only having 4, but if you want to have 5 or 6, clearly those would fit if the answers and questions aren't too long. You can even add more. It'll just make this drop down further and you'll end up with white space underneath the photo here on the desktop view. If you wanted to edit the existing ones, obviously you can just edit that as you see fit right there. If you wanted to add more questions, when you come to a blank one, there won't be any here, and you'll just need to start adding rows. And you just put the question here and the answer here. And the only other item is the photo, which you will add right here. So again, you can rearrange this view for yourself. It's probably best to bring this up here since you don't need those other things nearly as much. Put the featured photo right there, and this publish right up here is probably the best place to have it. So yeah, you can add extra questions and answers here. This is where you would add the photo, or if you want to update the photo, let's say Brandon decides he doesn't like this one and you take a new one, you would just click Remove Featured Image, and then you would click Set Featured Image. If it's already in the media library, you would obviously just click on that. More likely than not, you haven't uploaded it yet, and you would just go to Upload Files right here. Then move over to this Select Files button, click that, and then you would browse to wherever it is on your site that you've got the staff images located. And you would browse to that, click on it, and click Open. In this case, we don't want to do that since it's already here. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This is where the name goes. Questions and answers, you can click Add Row to add those in. Remove row, you click on the minus to remove one, like that. Featured image goes here. When you're ready to commit your updates, go ahead and hit Update. In this case, I don't want to remove the image or do any other things that I might have done, so I'm just going to refresh the page. It's warning me right now that if I refresh the page, I'm not going to be keeping any of the edits that I made, which is what I want. So I'm going to go ahead and say OK. There's our stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the staff. Let me know if you have any questions on this, but that should take care of it. Thanks so much.